For your technical round, you don't need to be a competitive player. Just learn your SQL properly, you know, and use your intuition. Okay, that's the best way to do in interviews. You're not just expected to code a particular solution. You're expected to explain it, and you usually explain it simultaneously while you're coding the answer. The second I would do would be to try and leave a lasting impression on your interview.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to IC2C's podcast series. Today, we have Miss Anshita Jain with us, who is a computer science undergraduate from Delhi Technological University. She is also working as the analyst intern at Morgan Stanley. Hey, Anshita, how are you?
I'm good. I hope you're doing fine as well. How are you?
I'm also doing great. So, Anshita, can you please tell us a little bit more about yourself?
Sure. I'm a part of a lot of societies like Annapolis DTU, Crane DTU, TEDx. Other than this, my main areas of interest in technology are web development and machine learning. Other than this, my hobbies are graphic designing and social entrepreneurship. I've also given interviews for companies like Goldman Sachs, and I've also received an internship offer from Adobe. Yeah.
Okay, so that's great. So, guys, we have also made similar videos like these about different internship interview experiences for companies like Goldman Sachs, PwC, Barclays, and many more. So, you can always click on the I tab up there to watch those videos. So, in this video, we will discuss about the overall process, overall selection process for Morgan Stanley, as well as a brief about the coding round. Then we will discuss the details about the technical and HR interviews that will be followed by some preparation resources that Anshita will share. Then we will discuss some preparation tips to ace the interviews, followed by some things to keep in mind during the interview rounds. So let's get started.
Sure. The overall selection process includes a coding round, which has relatively lengthy questions, and two interviews, where one is a technical interview and the other is an HR round. And
Okay,
yeah,
so there was basically a coding test followed by two interviews. Okay, so can you tell us more about this coding test?
sure. So the test details basically were that there were two coding questions, medium questions. Other than that, there were 10 quantitative questions and 10 technical questions, which basically were lengthy and hard to sort of finish on time. So practice these, right?
Okay, alright. So guys, if you're still watching this video, don't forget to subscribe to this channel to stay updated with our latest videos. Also, do like our video and share it with all your friends. Okay, so Anshita, you told me that there were two rounds of interviews, one technical and another HR.
Right.
So can you tell me more about that technical interview that you gave? How was your experience and what was asked?
Sure. So my technical interview was basically, there were like 12 kids shortlisted for the, from the coding round for this interview round. And yeah, my interview basically started with my interviewer asking me to introduce myself. He asked me about my interests, um, and the sort. After this, we proceeded into the TS Algo part of the interview, where he asked me a couple of questions. So he asked me three questions in particular. The first was the easiest, and they went on to be progressively harder. So the first question was find the number of triplets that can form a triangle in an array. Pretty simple question. I solved it pretty fast. After this, it went on to a relatively harder question, which was printing the leaf nodes of a tree. It's pretty simple, it's an easy question, but trees are slightly complex data structures compared to arrays, right? That's what it was. Once I had done that, it had proceeded to be a little bit more difficult. He asked me to print the boundary of a tree. Once I printed the boundary, he talked about views and he asked me to code the bottom view of a tree. So once I had coded out the bottom view of a tree, he asked me like, okay, I had used the map STL in my solution. So he asked me a bit about the map STL, like not the implementation in particular, but just about the questions about it. After this, we went into the technical subject part of the interview. He asked me questions related to the technical subjects like OS, OOPS, DBMS, etc. So I in particular got asked questions about operating systems. So he asked me what is virtual memory. Once I answered that question, he asked me about page replacement algorithms. He asked me, just follow up questions about them. Um, Other than this, there was also a question on OOPS. So he asked me an object-oriented programming related question. It was based on the inheritance concept. He had a sample question with him where there was a class like a base class and a derived class, and he kept making the situation harder and harder, adding code to it till I couldn't answer the question, which is perfectly okay. There were 12 students in this round, and only 4 were shortlisted to go forward to the HR round, and that basically sums it up, right?
Okay, so your technical interview was mainly about DSA questions
Mhm.
followed by operating system, DBMS, as well as object oriented programming. And your interview also tested about how in depth knowledge do you have about all these subjects.
Right.
All right. Okay. So after this, you move to the HR round. So can you tell us more about this HR round? How was your experience about it?
Yeah, sure. So the HR interview was like any normal HR interview. It was loosely based on my resume. So first the interviewer perused through my resume and asked me questions related to my projects and societies. So he took about 10-15 seconds per project and about the same for societies. In particular, he was very interested by Enactus DTU, so that took up a big chunk of my time during the first part. After this, it proceeded into the regular, run of the mill HR questions. So, questions like, why would you fit in at Morgan Stanley? Asked me about my weaknesses and strengths. He asked me, questions like, are you a follower or a leader? And whichever I chose, he asked me, why? Why would you choose that particular one? And these questions are, very basic. You should, prepare these answers in advance, know your strengths and weaknesses, what you would like to say in an interview. And yeah, in this, there were 4 students in this round, out of which 3 were selected as analyst interns. And after that, about one person more from the technical interview round was also selected. So don't lose heart if you do not get shortlisted for the next round. Okay, there's still a chance. Um, yeah, that basically sums it up. Just prepare these questions and you'll be fine.
Okay, all right. So, guys, this was all about our overall selection process. About we discussed the details about the online coding round as well as both the technical round as well as the HR round. So now we will discuss about how did Anshita prepare for these interviews and tests. So Anshita, can you please tell us more about your preparation resources? From where did you prepare?
Sure. So, if I was to talk about the resources, um, there were 3 things that I had to prepare for, which were majorly DSA, quantitative, and technical subjects, right? So, the first thing that I did was DSA. I'm not a competitive programmer. I know enough DSA to be able to do an interview properly. Okay, so in DSA, I used to practice from LeetCode, right? Because that's the best platform for someone who wants to learn coding quick. And I did a bit of interview bit as well. So on LeetCode, what I would do is during the weekdays, I would take up topics topic wise, and start from easy questions and move down to hard. Do important questions from this list. And what I would do during the weekends was pick up random questions from the mix and do those. So the thing is, in an interview, you're not going to be given a question with the topic given, right? So the best way to solve this problem is to build an intuition that if you do ever get an unseen question in an interview, the best thing to do is to practice questions not topic wise, unseen questions, and that will build your intuition to know which data structure to use in what scenario, right? So that's what I used to do during the weekends. Other than this, there are two more things that are extremely important for you to do. The second thing would be to practice quantitative questions. Companies like Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, both of which I was shortlisted, ask quantitative questions. So what I used to do was I mostly did questions on GFG. I used to topic wise search for questions in quantitative and used to practice those. Now, if you want to study from a book, when I was at your stage, when I was a year back, my seniors recommended me to study from three books for quantitative. Those were Arun Sharma, Sarvesh, and Nishit Sinha. All three of these books are available online for free. The PDFs will be available. You just have to Google them and you'll find them pretty easy. Other than this, the last would be your technical subjects, right? So, what I would recommend is that when you study these subjects in uni, make intensive notes of these subjects, and you can basically revise them afterwards before your interviews. But of course, most of us are pretty lazy. Even I did not do that at the time. And I'm also a visual learner. I learned better with audio video. So I used to watch videos on these YouTube channels, which make um, videos on these particular things. They give you a gist of the entire topic. So Gate Smashers, Knowledge Gate, these are what I would recommend. Otherwise, you can always study from textbooks that you get from university. They're really good as well. Um, that and like revise these if in case the company does not give you much notice.
Okay,
You
all
can
right.
always revise
So,
from
okay,
GFG
so you
and stuff.
prepared from various sources, mainly from Geeks for Geeks as well as LeetCode. Okay, so now could you give some tips on how do we ace these interview rounds?
Sure. So, tips on how to prepare for these interviews would be for your technical round, you don't need to be a competitive coder. Just learn your STL properly, and use your intuition. Okay, that's the best way to do when you have a unseen problem. If you know it, do not tell the interviewer you know it. Just solve it like you don't know it. Okay. Another thing would be to practice saying your code. So in interviews, you're not just expected to code a particular solution. You're expected to explain it, and you usually explain it simultaneously while you're coding the answer. So what you need to do is you need to practice simultaneously explaining your code, or maybe even I what I used to do was explain my code to myself after I finished coding it out. Of course, it's a bit different, but it's still good enough, I think. Practice that. For HR, you should read your JD carefully, know about your company, know their core values, and try to inculcate them into your answer. So for me, it would be like I had Enactus DTU. Enactus DTU is it's social entrepreneurship, and one of the core values of Morgan Stanley is giving back. So I basically try to highlight that like I'm already giving back. I'm already in that place. And of course, prepare your commonly asked HR questions beforehand. It's extremely important. You can curate an individual answer that reflects you as an individual. Please do that because it's something that you can do specifically beforehand and will be very helpful. That's it.
Okay, all right. And if I was to ask you two things that one must keep in mind while giving the interviews, What would they be?
That's a very good question. So the first would be to keep calm during the interview. I know it's a very hard thing to ask for, but and if you're nervous, it's fine. Your interviewer will never judge you for it. But if you're calm, it's easier for you to focus during your interview, right? Like it'll be you'll be able to solve your DSA questions faster, which gives you more time to focus on other things, right? So do that, stay calm. You take a pen and paper or jot down points on your screen so that you can focus on something other. That'll help you stay focused on the question. The second I would do would be to try and leave a lasting impression on your interviewer, because he's gonna be deciding at the end of the day, which candidate to pick, and he'll be interviewing a lot of them. You need to be able to make a lasting impression on them. So I would say maybe mention a unique hobby, or something like a project that was very intriguing, or maybe an interesting insight to your solution of the code. Like, why did you have that intuition? How did you conclude that you should use this particular data structure? It's extremely important that you put yourself out there and highlight yourself as one of the best candidates that they're going to be interviewing that particular day. And you know doing that will definitely bring you to the next round. That's about it.
Okay, so to sum up, in this video we came to know that there was one coding round followed by two interview rounds for Morgan Stanley. The key takeaways of this video, I would say, is that for the technical round we need to be well versed with STL and intuitive problems. Also, we need to have the skill to write the code and simultaneously keep the conversation on with the interviewer while explaining him the code. Then we came to know that for the HR round, a few important things here are that we need to know the job description very carefully for what we have applied. We need to know more about, not more, but a lot about the company where we are applying, as well as the core values of that particular company. We always need to be calm during the interview and make sure that we leave a long lasting impression on the interviewer. Okay, so thank you, Anshita, for being with us today,
Thank you so much for having me. It's
and thank you everyone for watching this video. Do comment your views about this video and stay tuned.